We can't wait to hear what he has in store for us tonight. Please welcome Dr. Jeremy Petranka.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, I got things working. Thank you. I suppose I should start with that. This is actually a little bit nerve-wracking, which is kind of cool. I'm normally not horribly nervous when I teach, because I'm teaching what I know, kind of. Today, I'm not doing that quite as much. So I actually want to start with a few caveats. I want to set the bar appropriately low, but I can only go up. So a few things first. I said this before. I will say it again. It is the most sincere thing. People ask me, I repeatedly say I have the best job in the world. I love my job. I liked what I did before teaching. I love this, period. And when they ask me why, it's I love teaching at Carolina. I've already won the award, so I'm not. You guys are truly amazing, and you guys, I think you know that. If you don't, you should know that. But this means the world to me. Honestly, the fact that this many people showed up is astounding. So sincerely, thank you. Now, that being said, what is this award I won? And a colleague who is here actually sent me, Wikipedia, the source of all things information, this fact, that in Greek mythology, Chiron was held to be the superlative centaur among his brethren. Like the, how do you say that? Satyrs, I think. Centaurs were notorious for being wild and lusty, overly indulgent drinkers and carousers, given to violence when intoxicated, and generally uncultured delinquents. Chiron, by contrast, was intelligent, civilized, and kind. Now, I have a few questions for you. Are you saying that my colleagues are wild and lusty? Or are you saying you are wild and lusty and overly indulgent drinkers and carousers? And why can't I be wild and lusty? Because that seems fun. That seems very fun. So with that in mind, setting the bar low, Randy Pausch is what this was based on. And if you don't know his backstory, that's your first homework today. Learn his backstory. Is that he died, I believe, in 2008 from pancreatic cancer in the prime of his life. Brilliant researcher, brilliant man, brilliant advisor. And when he found out he had pancreatic cancer, he didn't just stop. One of the things he did is he had, I'm not sure if he started it or if they were running it at his university, but they had what's known as the last lecture. And in his case, obviously, it meant last lecture. And he went up and he basically said, the entire theme was, I'm not going to teach you, I believe physics was his field, I'm not going to teach you that, I'm going to teach you how to achieve your childhood dreams. And that's what this entire piece is based off. Is to some degree, give the life knowledge that I have, which, you know, I'll do my best. To some degree that's there, but either way, that's the idea and that's what started. And so during his lecture, part of what's amazing in his lecture, he said, do not pity me. I have had an amazing life, and it is ending, but it's been amazing. And do not pity me because I'm probably healthier than you. And then he dropped to the floor and did push-ups. That will not be happening today. And then, to show that he was really healthier than you, he did one-armed push-ups. Also will not be happening today. So, yeah, I know, I'm sorry. But I will have a monkey wearing glasses. He did not. You guys win. So, that's called a teaser in the business. So, with all that being said, I do want to start with one caveat. I reserve the right. First, this is going to be a little bit preachier than my normal class. Not too preachy, but if this is the last lecture, I mean, honestly, as an economist, if this is my real last lecture, I am not here. I go to a beach because what can you do, fire me? So, I mean, we're economists. It's a backwards induction problem. It's pretty straightforward. I'm not here. That being said, it will be a little bit preachier. It'll be a little bit lessons in life, but with this caveat. I reserve the right for my 50-year-old self to look at what my 36-year-old self is saying right now and laugh and laugh and laugh. Because my 36-year-old self looks at my 20-year-old self and says, that wasn't right at all. In fact, I don't know if I like you, 20-year-old self. So I do reserve that right. I'm still reasonably young. I don't always feel it, but I'm still reasonably young, so I reserve the right for those that are older and wiser. Please just chuckle to yourselves when I say something that you go, well, that's not right. And he'll learn that when he's older. That right I reserve. So, that being said, what are we talking about today? Peace, love, and understanding. But not in that order. I'm starting with understanding. And I'm starting with understanding because understanding is the first step to acceptance. And only with acceptance can there be recovery. And I think everyone knows the philosopher that said this, and it's someone that's dear to a lot of our hearts. And that's Albus Percival Wulfric Brian Dumbledore. Know your audience. Relate to your audience. And so what I'm going to talk about, a majority of what I'm going to talk about is this idea of understanding. Is this idea of truly understanding. And that doesn't mean this leads to one answer or another. It means to understand. And I make this claim. I claim that in the 7 dirty words that we use as a society, there's more, but the 7 dirty words, we need to add one. And we need to add one that we are unfortunately have the deck stacked against us. We are built to use this word. We are evolutionarily designed to use this word. And we use it more than we ever realize. And that word is big T, they. Big T, they aren't as smart as me. Big T, they don't work as hard as me. Big T, they wear their pants too low. Big T, they. The big T, they don't care about women's choices. Big T, they don't care about life. Big T, they don't care about traditional marriage. Big T, they don't care about equality for all. Big T, they. But what I'm going to talk about for a good part of today is why big T there is there and how we break it. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking to yourself, but Dr. J, we are Carolina students. You just told us we're the best in the world, and I stand by that. We don't have big T theys. We are open-minded. We accept everybody. We love everybody. And I go, oh, really? Really? And I say this, but think about it. Have you ever had a Duke student in your class, and there might be some here today, do you really embrace them with the same warm embrace, or do you say you are, but they're still part of you? Every time they ask a question, do you go, those Duke kids? Every time they ask for extra credit, those Duke kids. And be honest with yourselves, even outside of athletics, which of course we must hate big T they, but even outside of that, if there was an award, and 2 people you did not know, one's from Carolina and one's from Duke, who are you rooting for? And do you feel a little bit bad when someone from big T they wins it? Big T they is everywhere. We can't understand each other until we break the big T they. It's the first question we got to ask. The way to get to understanding is understanding. Hey, clever. The way to get to understanding is to figure out why it's there and figure out what we can do about it. Millions of years ago. We are monkeys, evolving, having wonderful monkey lives, and there's a lot of them. And we are monkeys. And as monkeys, there's a lot of monkeys, but there's one banana tree. All banana trees. Monkeys love banana trees. Well, that's a problem, because there's a lot of monkeys. There's not that many banana trees. So what happens? Evolution starts happening. Genetic mutations start happening. That suddenly, what's the evolutionary advantage that comes out of this? Suddenly, some of our monkey friends, highlight of the speech, slightly evolve. And some of our monkey friends have this weird gene, this altruism gene, this what we think of as a nice gene. They have the us gene, the big U us. It's us now. And there's probably, if there's something changed in their brain, there's probably something that changed physically as well. And they can easily identify, you are one of big U us. Big U us, we're going to get that banana tree.